Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is on the Korfu Greek Kopis. Korfu translates to peaks or city of peaks. So city of peaks, Greek Kopis, pretty dope name. Really awesome handle on this one as well. And of course this is a single piece of steel. This is a full tang design from Deepeeka. Take a look at some specs on this one, up close looks, and of course we'll do some cut testing. Let's get into it. All right, starting this one off with this sweet blade. We have a 26 and 13/16 overall length, C60 high carbon steel. Looking at blade length alone, this is a 22 3/4 inch blade. This is a single edge. It has been sharpened by our sharpening guys over at Kult of Athena. So if you want to purchase this one, click the link in the description below this video. Click the check mark to add a sharpening service. That way they can put a functional edge on this if you want to do cut testing. You're doing some sort of reenactment as well. This one is a full tang design, as I mentioned in the intro. It has a brass handle and it's sandwiched, and there's 4 pins running through the handle. Style grip, sometimes referred to as a staple guard. This is obviously for retention with having a forward curved blade and with larger slashes and, quite frankly, just your hand getting sweaty and et cetera with your hand. Not just retention of grip, so if you're fatiguing, but also if it's just your hand is slippery for whatever reason. It's really cool when it comes to that. I really like this design. The slashing ability is excellent on it. At no time did I feel that my hand was going to slide out, especially with this hook grip. It has a bird on the end of it, which is pretty sick. That bird is also a functional bird because that's what's holding that in place when you're delivering slashes and pulling them back around. That's what's aiding that with the retention of the grip. Weight on this blade is 1 pound, 15.5 ounces. Very specific, not heavy at all. Does not feel heavy at all. This is something that this is a length of blade and a shape of blade that I'm very familiar with training Kali. So, and the Kopis being a very similar forward curved blade to a Talibong. So these motions, whether that's punch cuts, whether that's larger slashes, whether that's thrust, your hand is secure. You've got a fast blade on that initiation of the cut, and it comes back around lightning fast. Point of balance on this one is going to be 3 inches from the guard, clearly being a cut and a thrust sword. Let's look at some cool features on this one really quickly. One, the back spine is actually more, I can't really say milled out, but the way they tempered it, it's just the spine of it is more skinny. Now it's reinforced through the blade so that if impact and, just keeping the structure of the blade through that, so it doesn't just, warp or whatever on impact or through cutting and things like that. But it is a lot more skinny on the back, but there's no back edge on this at all. So you can still, touch the back if you're going into chambers or whatever, but it's a single edged sword. Another really interesting feature with the grip length is this grip length is only 3 inches. So if you have a larger hand, I would actually not recommend you get this one because it's a pretty tight fit. It's going to feel more like what we consider like a Viking style handle, where it's very secure. You have plenty of grip retention. But if you don't have an oversized or a larger hand, you're probably going to be fine. I'd refer you more to the Iberian Falcata that we reviewed through Deepeeka as a substitute for this one. Taking a look at the scabbard this one comes with, this is a wood cord leather wrapped scabbard. You have the rings on here so you can carry this how it would have been carried. What's really sweet too is, yes, this is a small handle, but the way that they have this as well, it sits really nicely, so it's not going to get caught on anything when you're carrying this. If you're carrying this in a more traditional at the hip or underneath it. If you need sword hangers or something to use to actually wear this with for like a reenactment, or if you go into a Ren fair, we have plenty of sword accessories, sword hangers, sword belts, and things like that, all in our leather goods section at cultofathena.com. Talking about the cut testing on this Korfu Greek Kopis, this one, of course, it's going to do well. It's not just an edge. Having a sharp edge on a blade, there's way more to just having a blade fly correctly than if it's just sharp or not. Yeah, if it's sharp, it's going to cut through, but is it going to perform well? So in this case of this, for the Greek Kopis, City of Peaks Greek Kopis, it's a forward curved blade. It's been sharpened. It flies well, and it has excellent retention on the handle. The link for this one is in the description below this video to pick it up today. Add a sharpening service if you want to do cut testing as well. Let's take a look at the footage and the performance of this Greek Kopis from Deepeeka. Thanks for joining me for this video on the Deepeeka Korfu Greek Kopis, or City of Peaks Greek Kopis. Really sweet name. Really interesting blade design. This is one of my favorites, our forward curve type of blades, whether they be sabers or from different blade cultures. If you want to see another one, a very familiar one as well, the falcata, the Iberian falcata, the horse head one that we just reviewed, check that out on the channel, especially if you like forward curve blades and just different blade cultures as well. Subscribe to the channel, like this video. If you want to pick this one up today, click the link in the description below. It'll take you to Kult of Athena's website. Buy it, do a sharpening service or not. See you in the next one.